You don't have to be able to draw to do this. Give yourself an outline if you need to, but all you're doing is putting dots in. All right, hello and welcome to Deliberately Creative. I'm Stephanie, and today I am going to do a holiday card. And what I'm doing right now, I'm just taping this down to a piece of plastic, coral plast. It's kind of like corrugated cardboard, but it's plastic, so you can keep using it and using it and using it. Signboards and things like that are made out of it. Oops. And I'm using drafting tape, which is a low-tack paper tape that's kind of like masking tape, but the stickiness is less aggressive. I will use a heat tool to break the bond of the adhesive before I pull this off. I'm not being perfect with how my tape is being placed down. I just want a bit of a white margin, you know, a little bit of a white border. And I am going to burnish that edge down, especially in the corners where the tape gets over the top. Now that's ready to start painting. My fold is on this side. I'm going to do a Christmas tree. I want to do a Christmas tree, but I want the background to be done with the Prussian blue, basically filling the whole background. Then I will blot out the area that I want the tree to go into because I want to put some colors. So we're going to start off with getting this whole background wet. And I'm going to let the water soak in just a little bit. This is 140-pound watercolor paper. It is cheap watercolor paper. These are pre-folded watercolor cards, and you can get them from several different companies that are all basically the same. They're not cotton, they're just a cellulose wood pulp paper. Now I'm letting that kind of soak in there. It's going to be slightly shiny, but there's no puddles. There we go. And now I'm going to go ahead and get, let's see here. That's not the Prussian blue. That was the phthalo blue. Let me see here. Where's the Prussian? Prussian is right over here. What? That doesn't really feel Prussian-y either, but that's what it says it is. It's the darkest blue I've got, so I'm going to go with it. Just really getting it on here. The reason for getting that background really wet was so I could move the color around and I don't have to worry about getting, you know, the lines being kind of smeared out. Lines being smeared out? Gee, I don't have to worry about having hard lines on here. There we go. I'm going to darken this up around the corners, especially dark. I'm going to sort of vignette around here a little bit. Since I'm going to blot out this center part anyway, I don't have to go as dark there. I'm just going to keep building up that dark, dark, dark all the way out to the edges. So if I tap it like this, it's going to drift some of that down. I want to make sure that when I put my brush down on the paper right now, it still has pigment in it. There we go. All right. Now, I am going to just sort of let that be for just a couple seconds. I might tap this to move some of that. So sorry about that loud noise, but I'm going to tap this. Maybe shake it. Shake it kind of like you're developing a... Ooh, I like that. That's actually better than... Ha 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 ha. Shake it like you're developing a Polaroid. One, it's going to slightly dry the surface. Two, it's helping to give a almost non-directional feeling. To that paint. I see a piece of hair on here. I'm going to kind of tug that off. This is going to be so much fun. I want to let that dry just a smidge. Alrighty. So it has not dried very much. I'm going to hit it just gently with my heat tool. This is a heated craft tool. It's not a high air moving, but it's warm. And if you get too close to the paper, it's hot. So you don't want to burn your paper and you don't want to melt your tape. So I'm using it loosely here just to take some, you see how that shine is going away? Just to take some of the shine off the paper. There we go. That's all I'm going to do. Because now I'm going to take my brush. I'm just putting it in the water. I'm not putting paint on it this time. And I'm going to tap. And instead of putting salt on my paper, which takes forever for it to give me the effect that I want, I am using water. And it's going to give me this kind of crystally snowflake type effect. That will be my first layer of snowflake. And I want these to stop at this point, so I'm going to dry it. If you dry it before it's spread out, so I kind of really spread out right here. In this area here, it's sort of really spread out already. I'm just going to let it be. I'm not going to worry about it. But I want to dry to keep some of these snowflakes from bursting. All right. Now, this is an experiment. I've never painted this particular tree before, and I'm just winging it. To start off with, I am going to start putting some of these bright colors. So I'm going to grab the like a rose madder or crimson. I think this is a crimson. Oh, this isn't a crimson, is it? Maybe it is. Yep, that's a crimson. And I'm just going to put these dots of color on in a roughly tree shape. Roughly a tree shape. Not perfect. And now I'm going to grab actually the cadmium yellow. And I'm putting dots, see? Dots of paint. This is totally an experiment. We're going to see how well this works. I'm going to keep going. Now this yellow is going on top of blue. But it's not turning a green so much, at least not yet. But if it does, that's okay because, you know, tree, green. I will take a, let's see, let's go for this. Dioxazine violet. Let's see if that's going to give me a good, that's going to be really dark. And I'm just doing dots. This makes a super super easy type of tree. And if you wanted this to be even more fun and funky, and I might do it, I might grab one of my metallic watercolors. I just have to find where I put them. I've cleaned my studio so many times that I'm not sure where all of my funky metallic paints have gone. Ooh, I like that with that glow of that light color behind it. That's pretty cool. And we're going to go with permanent green. Permanent green works. Now I'm still just using the same brush. I've gotten all kinds of different sizes of dots. I'm trying to not touch any of the dots. A couple of them have actually touched and have kind of bled into each other. That's okay. I'm fine with that. This is making me so happy though. I'm going to grab one of the darker greens, I think. We're just going to keep working these dots in. As it gets less and less space, your dots get smaller and smaller. I'm enjoying that. And let's go ahead and get this bright green. Tiny dots, big dots. Bigger dots can go towards the outside edge. Kind of keep your dots smaller now as you're getting into the interior. You don't want them to all of a sudden start rolling into each other. Find those spaces, those gaps that you haven't put colors. Whoops, that one just spilled over. Now, if you are concerned about your dots running into each other, you can always dry. I'm going to set that down. And I am going to dry this now. Now, toss a little bit more of this Arteza titanium white. I'm just going to use my big brush still. I am going to take this number 12 Mimik round. Goes down to a nice point. Grab some of that white gouache. I'm going to soften it up just a little bit with the water that's in the brush. Watercolor brushes can be used for gouache. Don't worry. And now I will go and put some dots of white. And on some of these, this white gouache is going to absorb or pull up some of those colors that it's setting on top of. Oh, that's nice. So some of these spots might turn pink, might turn yellow, but they're going to be brighter. And the white is like the lights going on. It's kind of fun being able to layer things up like this. You don't have to be able to draw to do this. This is one of those paintings that you can just lay a triangle down on the paper. You know, just give yourself an outline if you need to, but all you're doing is putting dots in. However dots make you happy. I just want to make sure that I've keep my points so that I'm transferring nice dots of white. You could do this whole painting with Q-tips, cotton buds, If you want to see one like that, let me know. I certainly will do a cotton bud painting. I love those. Those are great, especially for people who you've got some paints. Maybe you've got a kid set of paints. I've got some kid sets of paints. We can do a cotton bud tree. I'm sure other people have already done it, but you know what? They haven't done my cotton bud tree, right? All right. We are getting really close to being done with this. See, this is a quick card that you can make. You can get a whole bunch of these made. You can, do up several backgrounds and then go in and start doing all of one color, all of another color. Oh, that is so pretty. Now, I do want to take this white and kind of give myself a little snow around the ground, around the tree. Look at that. And it's blue. It's blue. The snow is blue right now. I'm going to get a little bit more white on my brush in just a second, but we're just going to put a little bit of this white on, like highlight now, so that you can really see. And I might even put a little bit of the color so that it looks like it's glowing down onto the ground. Just a few. So I think I'm going to grab some of the yellow and I'm going to put a little bit of a glow here and there of the yellow and the green. And a touch of the red in here too. Just a few little spots of the red. Not too much. Not too much of the red. Kind of suck that back up. Not keen on the red. At least not too much. Maybe the purple. Give me a little bit of that purple down in here. Yeah, I like the purple better. Just a few little spots here and there. All right, we're going to dry this. And now I can take this tape and easily peel it off. Oh, isn't that pretty? It looks like it's glowing. Oh, I love that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and if you are interested in my art style, check down below in the more information. I have coloring books that are downloadables that are all for the season. And the links are listed down below. I have a snowman coloring book, a creative cozy coloring book, and a holiday winter designs ornaments coloring book. So all downloadable, printable, you can get it right now. So thank you so much. Remember, go out, do something creative, take care of yourself so you can take care of those you love. And I'll see you back here again really soon for more fun, creative ideas. Bye-bye.